true growth doesn't happen in the easy, comfortable places. Just like the beautiful lotus flower, which has to push its way through dark, murky mud to reach the sunlight, we too must learn to find strength in our struggles. Let's get into it. The first step of the Lotus Method is called nintai. This Japanese word means patience, perseverance, endurance. Imagine a lotus seed buried deep in cold, dark mud at the bottom of a pond. It's not a pleasant place to be. The seed could panic, but it doesn't. It simply endures. It accepts its starting point without resistance. For us, this means learning to sit with discomfort when facing a hard task. That moment when your alarm goes off and your brain says, just 5 more minutes. Or when you look at your running shoes and think, I really don't feel like it today. The samurai practiced this daily. They didn't expect drills to be easy or fun. They welcomed difficulty as part of the process. Modern neuroscience calls this psychological flexibility, acknowledging a difficult thought without immediately reacting. It's the mental muscle that lets you say, yes, this feels hard, and I'm going to do it anyway. It is the seed phase, not fighting resistance, but accepting it and moving forward anyway. Your growth starts right here, in the mud. The second step is shisei, posture, attitude, your stance. As the lotus seed begins its journey upward, it doesn't just drift aimlessly, it grows with direction and purpose. This is shisei. For the samurai, this was both literal and metaphorical. They understood that how they carried themselves, their physical posture, directly influenced their mental state. They stood tall and moved with intention even when they felt fear or uncertainty. They knew that a hesitant body leads to a hesitant mind. You can use this right now. Before you start a difficult task, take a moment to intentionally shift your posture. If you're slouched over your desk, sit up straight. Pull your shoulders back and down. If you're about to go for a run you're dreading, stand tall, take a few deep, powerful breaths. The third step is kensho, which means seeing one's true nature, or more simply, reflection. As the lotus stalk nears the surface of the water, it's still in the dark mud, but it's getting closer to the light. This is a time for reflection. The samurai would constantly reflect on their training and their battles, not with ego or pride, but with honest clarity. They would assess what they did well and where they could improve. Modern science confirms that this is vital for motivation. Tracking your progress and acknowledging your growth, no matter how small, strengthens the neural pathways in your brain and makes you want to keep going. Your action for kensho is simple. Track your wins. Get a notebook or use an app on your phone, and at the end of each day or week, write down what you overcame. Did you get your workout in when you didn't want to? Write it down. Did you focus for 25 minutes without distraction? Write it down. Finally, we arrive at the fourth and final step, kaika. Kaika means blooming or blossoming. Bloom isn't a one-time miracle. It's the result of the struggle that came before it. Enduring the mud, nintai. Rising with purpose, shisei. Growing through reflection, kensho. For the samurai, kaika meant discipline became identity. The hard path became their path. Make discomfort a small daily practice. Don't punish yourself or chase burnout. Pick one small, hard, but meaningful thing today. 5-minute height workout, reading 10 pages of a difficult book. When your brain says this is too hard, remember the lotus, use nintai, practice shisei, reflect with kensho, bloom with kaika. Now it's your turn. What is one hard thing you are committing to doing today?